Hello, my name is Amy and I am the artist and owner at Mama Bear Blue. Today I'm going to take a thrifted chair, paint it, decoupage it, and give it a funky makeover. I had this thrifted chair for a couple of years and was just trying to decide what to do with it. I found this decoupage paper by Grace on Design. This paper was created by my friend and fellow artist BJ Massa of Junked Up. I will be sure to put a link to her YouTube channel in the description box below, as well as a link to her decoupage paper. I knew this would be the perfect paper to apply to this chair, so I decided to paint it, and I'm using all DIY paint products today. It's a clay-based paint, it's all natural, and it adheres to any surface. I am a stockist for this paint, and you can purchase it on my website, mamabearblue.com. After giving the chair a good wipe down, I applied a coat of white Swan by DIY Paint to the area where I plan to apply the decoupage paper. This way, there is a light color background and the decoupage image shows up well. I start by seeing if it will fit, and then I tear the edges. I like to tear my decoupage paper as it gives a more organic edge. It seems to make the paper fibers lay down better on the project. And I'm using my favorite decoupage medium, which is the DIY clear liquid patina. I start by applying a few inches of the patina to the top of the project, and I just slowly work my way down. I just really took my time with this part, starting at the top, smoothing out wrinkles as I go down. I also did spritz this paper with a little bit of water. That seems to just soften up the paper fibers, helps them to stretch a little bit. Curves can be a little tricky with the decoupage paper. You can make little tears in the paper, and that will help it lay down better around those curved edges. As you can see here, I am applying a top coat of the liquid patina on the paper as I go down. You don't have to do this. You can wait until your paper is completely down and then go back in and put that final coat of decoupage medium on top. So I just continue my way down, slowly working out the wrinkles. You can also use a wadded up piece of cling wrap to smooth out wrinkles, or just use your fingers. You can also use a brayer. Iron Orchid Designs sells a nice brayer. That's what I'm using here to smooth out some of the wrinkles, working from the center to the outside. If you do find a bubble in the decoupage paper, a little trick is to use a razor blade and very gently cut a small hole. Then with an artist brush and some more liquid patina, work some of it underneath the paper and smooth it right back down. And the nice thing is, after 24 hours, many of the wrinkles that you see will lay down after it has dried. So now it's time to paint the chair. I really had fun with this part. I just studied the decoupage paper, the colors that were in it, and then I chose DIY paint colors that were very close to those. I will put a list of the paint colors that I used in the description box below. And then I just took my time mixing and trying to match so that I could continue the edge of the decoupage paper to the chair with paint. I didn't have an exact plan for the wooden parts of the chair, so I just started to layer up all the paint colors that I had on my plate with the plan of putting a final coat of a solid color on top and then wet distressing back, which you will see later. So after painting the seat in Bohemian Blue, I decided I wanted to continue the colors of the decoupage paper down onto the seat, kind of like a reflection, using blue iris and liquid sunshine to create that look. I decided to use white Swan and the Caddie brush and blend it all in. I love the shade of green in the eyes on this decoupage paper, so I mixed up some shades of green along with the Bohemian Bright called Spirited, all by DIY Paint. I loved this shade of green, so I went ahead and painted the wood as well. Took a damp rag and began to wet distress several areas on the wood, pulling up the green paint to show the beautiful layers of color underneath. After the paint had dried for a day or so, I took the DIY Paint clear wax and applied a coat to the entire chair. DIY paint dries lighter and a bit chalky, but when you apply that wax, it brings the paint back to its beautiful, vibrant color. I decided to use the Pennies from Heaven copper patina on the rivets and some of the accent areas on the wood. I really love how this whole project turned out. It was a lot of fun using all these different colors. And I've had this chair for over a year now, and I can tell you that it has held up great. It's in my workshop. It's a great conversation piece. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and leave any comments or questions below. You can also shop mamabearblue.com for all the paint and products.